And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Tiger.
They go play action here on 1st down. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
We go.
To throw on 2nd down is gone. Get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's brought down. A Ram 1st down as Goff finds Kupp.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
All right, here we go. Come on out. 4 down, 4. Let's go, 12, let's go.
The 1st down carry for Davis. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage.
Well, he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. And the QB rating right now, sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yep, that's the
right. That's
mark.
the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready. We're waiting. Got it. 0-2, 0-2. 26, Mike.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dominic Easley in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now a first carry here for Shane Vereen. And he'll power his way up near the 25. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming. Shotgun now for Breeze. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Samson Abukum in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. This is fielded at the 27. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
To throw is gone. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down. Ready, what's up?
Breeze to throw on second down. He gets it to Thomas. How did he stay on his feet? And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now a carry here for Terrence West. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Ready, what's up? You ready? Ready, what's up?
Now Breeze throwing on second down. It's caught, the tight end Hill. And he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Watch 82. Watch 82. Where's that? Where's that?
Breeze going to try and throw on 3rd down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Samson Abukum in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker Will Lutz for the field goal attempt. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, L.A. Gerald Everett, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams strike quickly here for 6 points. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
36.
On 1st down, here's a handoff to Breen. And he will find his way forward to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Get set. Got 3 down. Play set.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd?
3 down. 11. Ready. We're waiting. Wait, set. 5-8. Ready, go set.
Now a play fake. Breeze. Now Breeze lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And taken right at the 35. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10.
20.
Now Goff on 1st down. And that is incomplete here.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Goff again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Here's a give to Davis. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. He sets to fire deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Play action. It's Goff. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And Zerline's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Good set, good set, good set. 95-56.
Breeze now on 1st down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. And he comes back with one complete. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Here we go. Ready. Ready.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the 1st half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Ready. We're waiting. Two. Here we go. Wait, set. Here we go.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
Ready, Sammy, good, ready. By 4, ready. Let's go one more. 43's the mic. 43's the mic. Easy, kill. Come on, boy.
Breeze to throw again. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Get set, get set. Hey, left, 48 left.
Now Breeze again. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
12. 12. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. 36. 36.
Again, they'll throw with Breeze. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And he gets it down to the 32. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And Lutz's kick is good. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Single, slop. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Slot, white 20. Hey, 76. 76.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Got it. You waiting?
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Wide open receiver complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Breeze to another longtime vet, Ginn, for the New Orleans first.
Get set. Four down.
On the run, here's Vereen. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Hey. We got three. 3 down. One shot. One shot.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2.
Over. 4 down, 4 down. Ready. Move 90. 11, 11, 11, 11. 12, 12. Let's go, let's go. 5, 5.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. That's complete to Meredith. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Here we go. Ready. Ready. Check 43. Ready, check.
They'll run here with Green. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Ready. We're waiting. 21, 21, 21.
Here's Breeze. Looking for Gannon. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Does that happen? Before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Done. 180. Here we go, fellas.
They'll try to get the run game going. Here's Davis. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. A shotgun snap for Goff. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out with a run by Vereen. And he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant, A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. They'll run. It's Vereen. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Ready. You're waiting.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play.
Ready. We're waiting. Try forward. Wait, set.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all of these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
They'll run him now out of the gun. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Yellow lady, yellow lady. Calm down, stand up there. Watch safety creep, watch safety creeping. Ready, watch out.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal.
21. Ready. We're waiting. 12. 43 is the mic. Got it. Daddy. Got it. Roy.
Breeze now on 3rd and goal. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Davis. And some room to roam now. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 33 and a first. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They go play action here on 1st down. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10.
Single receiver.
On first down, it's gone. That's complete right around the 8. Flashed a nifty move, but they'll drop him at the 5-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
They'll try to punch it in with Davis. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. The Saints in the hurry up here. Clock continuing to roll.
Under. 43 is the fight, boys. 43. Check, 43. High 4. I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Mike's 43. Mike, what's that? 11. 12.
Breeze going to try and throw on 3rd down. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Where's that? 11. 26, Mike.
Now Breeze got to have this one. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Now the Rams offense, they worked their way back on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Again, it's Davis. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Goff. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 19-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
We got 3 down.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for L.A., the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Goff.